Rapid advancements in technology through the 90s and 2000s led to two major changes in the world of gaming. First of all, the lifespan of consoles became shorter and shorter, as companies were competing with each other to create the latest and greatest in technology and graphics. And second, the concept of retro gaming was born. The term retro in the world of gaming is used to describe something that's usually at least 10 to 15 years old, and it's usually not easily accessible or found still new on the market. Essentially, it's outdated. Around the time of the release of the Nintendo 64 in 1996, gamers were already looking back at the Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Master System, and older PC games with the same fond nostalgia as many of us would look on, perhaps, our GameCubes today. The older a game is, the harder it can be to either access or play. Technology is constantly changing, and with that either needs to be updated or getting repairs, or sometimes stuff even just gets donated by a parent who does not realize the emotional value of a Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life save. And so many people lose access to these games that they loved. That, combined with the rapid advancement of technology, created basically the perfect storm for companies to figure out ways to put these games back into the hands of consumers, thus paving the way for the plug and play. Nice rhyme.
Just plug it and play it and finish him.
Also referred to as a handheld TV game, a plug-and-play system is basically what it sounds like. It's a computer or gaming system that all you have to do is plug it into a TV and play it. You don't have to worry about buying a console, game, or controller because they're all combined into one. Early versions of this often focused around packaging as many retro games onto one system as possible.
25 video games in the palm of your hand!
With varying levels of legality. But soon enough, companies started realizing this was profitable and started making brand new content for these plug-and-play games. The allure of these to consumers was pretty simple. I'm sure many people can possibly relate to the uncomfortable experience of receiving a gift of maybe a controller or a game and realizing it's not for a console that you own. These plug-and-play games took away any confusion that less gaming literate people might have. You don't need to worry about what console it's for, it's the entire game itself. They also would tend to be a lot cheaper than buying a console or even just specifically a game for a console. And because of that, had a stronger appeal to people looking to maybe shop more on a budget. Though that price point does often show perhaps that the quality of these games wasn't the best. Licensing was really popular when it came to these plug-and-play games. A ton of different brands would be making their very own custom games for kids to play of varying quality. There are a lot of great videos which break down a couple of these different games, and I highly recommend you go checking them out because it's really fun and nostalgic good time. These would be produced by a huge range of companies, and while they would kind of end by the 2010s, I would really say their peak was from 2003 to 2008. This is when most households in America would have a TV, but only around 50% of them would actually have a personal computer. So it kind of fit into a perfect gaming niche that eventually would be replaced by personal computers as they became more popular or common for people to own. But that being said, it was not at all uncommon for households with computers to still have these plug-and-play games. In fact, I grew up playing two of them that I remember really fondly. The first of mine is Giga Explorer. Giga were basically hopping on to the Tamagotchi bandwagon. They were these little pets that you could buy and play with, and then if you had the Giga Explorer, you could plug your pet into the Explorer and play with your pet on the big screen. It was very cute. I myself didn't actually own the Explorer, one of my neighbors did, but I did have my own pet, so I would sometimes take it over to their house and play with it on the big screen. Though I remember there being like tension perhaps around who got to play and what pet got to be played with. In terms of the gameplay, I'm pretty sure it was mostly just like exploring around and maybe doing kind of basic quests for other characters. I don't remember it super clearly, but the other game, which I remember very clearly, is Dream Life. Dream Life, I'm pretty sure, is fairly popular. It was created in 2005 by Hasbro and Tiger Electronics, and it essentially is a life simulator game where you get to play as a teenager experiencing life. You have to think about balancing your allowance with your budget, and maybe you'll get a part-time job, but also you're going to school and you're trying to keep your grades up, but you're also hanging out with friends, and then maybe you go shopping and buy new outfit pieces, and you're also going to customize your room and buy new things for it, and you got to think about all of that. And I loved it. I have really fond memories of me and my sister playing this a lot. It came in this like weird spherical kind of play set that had this controller inside it, which looked very retro futuristic and cool. Like, it was a simple game at the end of the day, but it was colorful and fun, and I really enjoyed that sort of gameplay, especially as a kid. So I know I played through the entire game a fair number of times.
Nice! The power to live your dreams is in your hands. Introducing the Dream Life game.
But speaking of technology in a more general sense, Bratz was definitely on top of things. Bratz is a great example of a brand, much like Holly Hobby, that was really sticking its artwork on anything they could. It had bedding, it had toothbrushes, it had toys, and of course, they had their technology. Electronic safes, radios, CD players, alarm clocks, phones, DVD players, TVs, cameras, microphones, and more were created specifically for Bratz, alongside, of course, some games. In fact, Bratz was super quick onto the gaming thing. Their first game, simply titled Bratz, was released in 2002, so only 1 year after the original line of toys. Then we have things like Bratz Rock Angels, which I would consider to be maybe the most popular of the Bratz game, or at least the one that I played the most as both a kid and an adult. But Bratz wouldn't just be creating games for PC or console, they also would produce a vast number of plug and play games. So here are all of the ones that I could find, thanks to Looking Bratz, which is a really great Bratz kind of like directory, research hub. So much information and so many Bratz. I love going on there and scrolling forever. Going into the games, they started in 2003 with the Bratz Stylin' Dance Party. So this was a plug-in dance mat that essentially just had DDR-style gameplay. In 2005, they would release 2 Guitar Hero style games, Groovin' Guitar and World Tour.
Here's the new Bratz way to jam. Bratz and Rock Angels Fun on TV guitar game.
They would also release 2 dance games, one of which was Rock Angels themed, and another that was just kind of regular Bratz themed.
Here's the new Bratz way to get your groove on. Just plug Fun on TV into your TV, select which Bratz you want to step with, and choose your favorite song.
And they would also release a Bratz sports tennis game. For this one, you'd have a little sensor that you'd put at the top of your TV, and you'd play with a racket-shaped remote. So similar to the Wii, but a year before the Wii came out. Though I'm pretty sure in retrospect they probably already showed Wii sports content before the Bratz game had come out, but in my mind I'm like, what if Bratz inspired the Wii? What if? That same year, a Bratz Babies educational laptop game also came out, which would allow for you to also plug it into the TV to play it, but you could also just play it by itself. This is me playing it. 2006 would have the release of the Bratz Learning line of technology. And this would include an amazing device called Math at the Mall, which is lip-shaped. Like, you slide it and the controllers come out, and then you can slide it close and it's just lipped. And I'm just like imagining someone speedrunning with the Bratz lip controller. Please make that happen. 2007 would have Bratz Life, as well as a Bratz Kids dance game, which would combine 2 dance mats into one, so you could play with a friend. And then 2008 would have the end of plug-and-play games for Bratz, with the Neon Pop Divas dance mat, and the Video Star Maker, which I'm including on this list just because I think it's kind of cool. So this was like a webcam style thing you would plug into your TV, and it had a microphone, and you could like make your own little music videos. So I don't know if it like really counts as a game, but I think it's fun.
Bratz Star Maker. It's all my faves. Making videos, singing, and cool graphics on TV.
After 2008, no other games would be produced, and that's likely due to, of course, the 2008 financial recession, as well as various lawsuits that Mattel and Bratz were doing, and just plug-and-play games fading into obscurity. But today, we are going to be diving into the Bratz plug-and-play game that reminded me the most of my favorite dream life. This is, of course, Bratz Life.
Yeah, I'm just living that life.
Bratz Life. Bratz Life was created by MGA Games, which was a specific division of MGA Entertainment itself. MGA, if you didn't know, actually got its start with creating handheld games from licensed characters. MGA actually stands for Micro Games America, and they would do this until the owner of the company essentially realized it's way more profitable to make your own characters and license them out to other people, which is what led to the creation of Bratz, which would be released in 2001. That was kind of the beginnings of MGA as we know them today. Now, it's hard to find information about MGA games specifically. There's a different MGA games which produces SWAT games, so it's hard to find things not relating to that, and then MGA games is such a kind of generic search term that you're not really gonna find what you're looking for if you're Googling it. I unfortunately couldn't really find any information online about Bratz Life, but it does seem like it was fully developed in-house by MGA. And that makes sense. MGA has been on the handheld games grind since their beginning. And in fact, just a year before Bratz Life, they had come out with the Mienchis line of toys. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but these were handheld games which included different characters from various MGA properties that you could then plug into your computer in order to connect with an online world. And there also was Bratz, but I don't remember how that works, but Bratz was a thing as well. MGA was like into the online game tech stuff, so it makes sense they had the technology to put this together. They had the people with the skill. I don't really think it was taking a lot of skill, to be honest. Bratz Life would actually have a commercial made for it as well.
The Bratz Life you want is in your hands.
Which advertises that the game is all about you making real decisions for your Bratz Life.
Bratz Life, real decisions for your life.
And also that batteries aren't included.
Batteries not included.
Bratz Life comes with the plug-and-play system, controller, a manual, we can read the lore first, and lots of plastic packaging. 2 different variations of the game would be released, and I think this one might be the first one, and then this one might be the second one. I don't know actually for sure though. And because I was just talking about how the system doesn't include batteries, that's a thing I had to learn when I decided I was going to stream this game. I scheduled the stream, started the stream, in the middle of the stream went, I need to find batteries. And the thing about me is I just never think about batteries. I don't really own them. So I had to run around my apartment searching for batteries inside other things to reuse for Bratz Life. I'll be right back. I'm gonna find my controller for my TV. Which turns out, wrong move. Very bad. Not very Bratz Life of me. Because in case you missed out on a battery safety lesson in life, using older batteries with low charge can be bad. Your game is going to look haunted as the life is slowly drained out of it.
Guys, I found this game at a garage sale, and then when I went back, the house was never there.
Or the battery might explode inside of your Bratz Life.
I'll buy batteries. Guys, I got paid today. I'm not Guys, it just exploded. Bratz Life exploded.
Not like I would know from experience or anything.
Come on, girls. Time to play the Bratz Life game. Let's do it!
Bratz Life opens with a cutscene featuring animations from various Bratz properties and movies. Once you enter the game, you are greeted with a message asking if you're ready for the challenge of trying to get onto the cover of Bratz magazine this summer. If you are, you may start creating your character. To do that, you'll pick your astrological sign.
Guys, today's day. Oh, should I say it's my birthday? Oh, I wonder if they'll do something for my birthday. That's smart, actually. Your sign determines what horoscope. Oh, but now I'm gonna get inaccurate scorching advice. No.
And then your personality sign. And the personality is kind of really just picking which Bratz character you most align with. At least I think all of these are Bratz characters. Some of the icons I'm a little unsure about, but most of these are just the regular Bratz girls.
I'm quietly confident and loyal. All of our friends know that they can trust this sweetie. Inspired by timeless trends, she loves skirts and dresses that can go from school to the mall with ease. I love that the Bratz day to night equivalent is school all to the mall.
At this point, I had started struggling with using the controller. It is very simple, yet it is very strangely utilized. So this top button, this is your like direction pad so you can move around, but then it has a enter button, a random non-button in the middle,
I was gonna say there's a middle button, but there isn't. It's a fake button. Virgo.
cancel, and menu. And the game just wouldn't be really consistent about like what button it wanted you to use for like selecting.
Oh, press the menu button. Oh, now it wants me to press the A button to select things. Why is it changing up the controls on me? This is very stressful.
And it's like, I don't make the Bratz Life rules, but I don't know if anybody's making the rules. What is going on? Entering into the character creator, we really start to see the limitations of the Bratz Life technology. Our Brat is a pretty flat 3D model with really limited hair, makeup, and outfit options. I was trying to remember how this compares to the Dream Life character creator and ended up looking it up and was shocked by how much more in-depth Dream Life lets you be versus Bratz. With Dream Life, you have different style options, you can change the color of the hair. It ends up looking a lot better and feeling a lot more robust. Like the art style of Dream Life is just really nice looking. It was definitely created with intent. Whereas Bratz, sometimes stuff just looks bad.
Very limited styles.
And there aren't a lot of options. So it's like, it's bad and no options. During the character creator, you also get to choose your base bedroom, which you can then go through and decorate and buy things for, similar to Dream Life.
Bedroom 1, 2, or 3. Everybody quickly type. You have like 2 seconds. I'm seeing a lot of 3s. I'm seeing 1s and 3s and some 2s. Oh no. Okay, I do think 1 is the cutest, but I think 3 is the most similar to my childhood bedroom, so I'm gonna pick 3. We were duped. Okay, well, last time I asked you guys what room I should pick, and then everybody was all upset that I chose bedroom 3 instead of bedroom 1, because it was like, we voted on bedroom 1. Mary is a dictator. This isn't fair. Okay, I'm gonna pick bedroom 1 now. So everybody's happy.
The actual gameplay is really centered around your phone in the game. So there you can see your calendar, check your horoscope, and see your popularity and fashion sense levels. The two things that really matter. But most importantly, you get text messages. So the game really starts off its gameplay loop with you getting a text message from one of the Bratz characters. Now, the character that texts you, I believe, is based off of whose personality you choose. So I chose Chloe. I got a text from Chloe saying, "Hey, I have a friend I think you should meet up with." You're given a yes or no option. If you say no, the event will be added to your calendar and you will have to do it later in order for you to progress in the game. If you say yes, you're gonna head to the juice bar. This begins one of the many challenging aspects of the game, picking the right conversation options. For this, I had to really get into my what were the social norms of 2007 headspace, which frankly, I don't think I had in 2007.
Wait, am I like, is this like a dating sim? Should I be trying to build my relationship with her?
But as you navigate this conversation about your likes and dislikes, you're either going to connect with and become friends with this Bratz, or she will think you are uncool.
RIP vegetarians. Ew! Okay, Jade.
The goal is, of course, just general popularity, so you want to make as many friends as possible.
Yes, I just happen to know a really good place. Crazy coincidence. I'm like furiously Googling on my phone to the side.
But the good thing is even if you mess up this conversation, you can just keep doing it until you get it right.
This time we're gonna be friends. Imagine someone doing this to you, like coming up to you and just like slightly changing their answer.
Which is, of course, how friendship works. If you don't agree with somebody, just lie. And then you become best friends.
I am cool. You're right.
Once you do become friends, you'll get another text message taking you away to your next minigame. This one is called Fashion Blitz. In this game, it's your goal to create 3 outfits for friends within a specific budget that's as fashionable as possible. Which makes sense, right? Wrong. Because you see, there's no way to really know what is considered fashionable by the game. I could never figure this out. The first time I played through this, I just tried to make outfits that I liked, and I got the worst ratings possible.
What determines the fashion? 1?
Thanks. So then I went on to do other things, like, okay, what if I pick only the most expensive outfits?
Cheapest options? 3 diamonds. So sometimes less is more. Most expensive items, 3 diamonds. First item, 4. You guys feeling a pattern? I don't know if I am.
It might have been completely randomized. I don't know. Someone even suggested that I should try and recreate some of the outfits that Bratz dolls wear, but there weren't enough of the outfit pieces, I believe, for that even to be a possibility. Like, I don't think you could do that. And speaking of these outfit pieces, they use a really weird color palette.
Also, why are all the belts green?
They used a lot of purple and green, which, like, nothing against, love those colors. They ended up looking really kind of murky and weird. The color palette in the game is just like not at all what I really personally associate with Bratz. And the makeup, again, looks so bad. Some of the makeup styles were obviously specifically designed for certain skin colors, but like this is supposed to represent Sasha, main character of this brand.
Okay, can somebody fix Sasha's makeup? This poor girl. Why would they do that to a main character?
Once you finish your outfits, you'll get a outfit ranking, cash prize, as well as a recap of your current popularity ranking.
Because can I say, this outfit gives me the same vibe as the outfits I was creating.
Now, I believe the goal of the game is to have a full fashion ranking and popularity ranking. That being said, I did not finish playing the game, so I don't actually know for sure if that's what happens.
Can I say that every time? Every time my friend says me poop, I say, right?
But hey, you got some money, and now that we have some money, we're gonna get another text saying we should go to the mall to see the scorching sales. At the mall, you can choose to buy fashions, shoes, accessories, and decor with no Z. Each store has a limited number of options which are changed or added to as the weeks progress. You can choose to either spend your money then and there or save up your money, like I did, in order to get my character a computer. Can they use the computer? No, but she's a gamer, she needs it.
Yes, my computer desk. There we go. Now we can game.
Once you've gone to the mall, you'll get another text message taking you to your next event. In my case, it was Fashion Crazy. Fashion Crazy is another minigame. For this minigame, you pick from one of 2 outfits and then can add a little design to the top and or bottom of it. And then your outfit is graded. And again, I don't know what makes things fashionable or not according to this game.
Yeah, I went from a 1 diamond to a 4 diamond. It's called growth.
And this is a boring minigame. It's got such little customability. Like, I'm not asking for a lot, but oh my god, this is a little. Once you finish it and get your outfits graded, you'll again get some prize money, and our first week has ended. Then you'll get another text message from another Bratz character telling you to meet up with a friend, and the cycle repeats.
Alright everybody, it's time for acting human simulation.
The game goes on this way, having you make friends and then play these mini games. Sometimes you're also invited to go to Runway Star, which for this one you get to fly to Hollywood, and design 3 outfits under a specific budget with the highest scores possible. It's the same game, it's just at the end, the characters walk on a runway, like in the commercial.
That's cute, sweet.
And you might be featured in Bratz magazine. Ooh. So after finishing 2 of these week-long cycles in the game, I decided I had lived enough of my Bratz life.
I think we've Bratzed and we've lifed.
Basically, this game is just like really boring. And I'm the sort of person who loves repetitive gameplay. But if we're gonna compare it to Dream Life, which I feel like I have to considering it's called Bratz Life and has the same kind of remote control controller mechanism, I think some inspiration took place. Dream Life is so much better. You have to consider like balancing work and your friends and dating and school and everything. But Bratz Life is really more just about like getting popular and putting together outfits that the game is gonna tell you is bad without telling you how to make them better. And I get that the Bratz characters, I don't think they canonically go to school, but like, why not include something about the magazine or like elements around that? I feel like that would would show them being creative and interesting characters and not as flat and one-dimensional as it feels. And speaking of flat, the graphics are just ugly. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like the graphics for Dream Life were kind of built around the constraints of the console, whereas the graphics for Bratz Life feel a lot more just like they were copying and pasting from what they had already made and trying to like fit it into worse pixel dimensions, and it just looks bad. It does not work for the format. Now, I can't find any, like, gaming publication reviews for this. I don't know how many gaming publications even play plug-and-play games, but I could find some Amazon reviews. And a lot of people have kind of similar feelings as me. Some of them took a more positive swing where they're like, oh, it's short and simple, kids like it. And others mentioned what is kind of like the major critique against Bratz, which is what this really focuses on, that all that matters and your value is based off of popularity and your looks. And I'm not saying that is what Bratz represents. I am going to argue that's what Bratz Life represents. Now, if this game was like Bratz Fashion Designer, I think that's fine if the focus is mostly on fashion. But like having it be like this is your life doesn't feel as good. I just wish they had focused on like the creativity of creating the magazine or some sort of like time management thing or highlighting the work ethic of the characters as they're putting their hard work into their passions. It just, it feels so empty. There's one review that I read which kind of like summed up everything I was feeling. The game is just the same thing repeating over and over. The missions include shopping and going to parties or hanging out at the mall, all with the purpose of impressing people and becoming popular. You need to get people to like you in order for them to be your friend. So it doesn't really teach anything good. It's actually kind of disappointing to little girls anytime they don't make friends with someone. I had to keep telling my daughter that it's okay if they don't befriend you. I wouldn't recommend it. Which is so sad. I did not really think about when I was playing this how little girls would feel playing this if they were like truthfully trying to answer the questions characters were saying and the characters were like, oh, weirdo. Like, oh my gosh, that's so sad. And so overall, just like, this isn't good. This is bad. I wanted to check it out because I have such strong nostalgia for Dream Life, and I was never super into Bratz growing up, so I definitely wouldn't have chose to play this growing up, but now as an adult that I'm like kind of getting more into them, you know, I like to keep my eye out for Bratz products. Speaking of which, this is actually my second time I've recorded this. I have a brand new camera. Lovely, we love her. And we had some issues the first time I recorded this. So unfortunately, I did unbox a mini Bratz for the first time. And unfortunately, you all won't get to see the unboxing in action, but I can show you who I got. I really wanted the like spacey pop star ones because I really want those dolls, but they're crazy expensive. So I was like, oh, maybe I can get the minis. Unfortunately, I didn't. I have this little beach Sasha and the Princess Chloe. And so they're pretty cute. It's not what I wanted, but they're pretty cute. And of course, speaking of the dolls, my stream of the game, I decided to dress up as the original Chloe doll because I can't resist a blonde wig. And so I have since decided to dress as a different Bratz doll for this video. If you know who, put it in the comments below. I hope it's obvious, considering how much work I put into styling this wig, which also some of you were very impolite about my wig in the last video. I understand that not everyone can appreciate the nuance of a wig that I personally partially destroyed in order to create an 80s prom queen vampire look for Halloween 2 years ago. I understand not everybody's into that, but I worked hard. And also, nobody look at the lace. I know the lace does not match my skin color. Okay, guys. I try so hard here. Thank you all so much for joining me today. My next video, I'm pretty sure, is going to be a doll brand deep dive. So if you're more into that, don't worry, stick around. Next one's that. Also, sorry for the like slower production of videos in general. I've had just a bit of a weird month. One of my kitchen lights started leaking and I've been dealing with just apartment stuff and life stuff. So we're trying to keep on top of things, but I hope you all are doing well. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!